What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. There is an old saying, and it goes a little something like this. Age brings about a change. And in theory, you would believe so. You would expect that a person who is, let's say, 32 wouldn't be making the same mistakes at 42. And at 42, you're not making the same mistakes at 32. You should be getting more wise, in theory. However, what I have found is people typically don't do that. This is not all people, but I do notice that with some people. And let me be frank here. I'm talking about certain ladies, okay? This is not all women, but this one I'm quite familiar with as far as knowing about her popularity, and that is Karrine Steffans, who was formerly known as Superhead. Now, for those of you who don't know who she is, she preceded what is the now Instagram model culture, the IG model culture. So she was who people like, Kardashian looked up to, possibly Amber Rose. And she was the person that was doing some adult videos. She wrote a book about her expose with many celebrities, men, Young Buck, included in that Shaquille O'Neal, many guys, Lil Wayne. But despite being, at the time, considered, attractive and things like that, she could never get Bow Wow to stay with her or Lil Wayne to stay with her. She was the permanent side chick, and she ended up getting married to some guy, had a baby by the guy. That guy left, and she was, crying, blaming that guy for everything, which is what she does. Her new name now is Elizabeth Ovesen, right? But that's what Superhead does. She blames all of her problems on other people all the time. And she's in her 40s, still doing this. None of this stuff is her fault. Despite the fact she's had multiple opportunities to meet men, rich men, nobody of any wealth or substance marries her. Okay? Now, she is now allegedly pregnant by this celebrity chef, Kwame Onwuachi, who is allegedly a Nigerian American brother. But she got mad when she seen him on a date with another woman, okay? So if you see this clip here, it's a story. Baby daddy so wild though, at the Brooklyn Nets game. Then she posts this also. A high-risk pregnancy is stressful into itself. Without the blatant and very public disrespect, I'm trying my best, I really am. All right? And then basically, this other post, last-minute ultrasound before traveling to make sure our little bean is still sticky after a stressful night of cramps and heart palpitations. This man is going to be the death of me. So basically, she's complaining about this guy who's not paying her any attention and not wanting to be with her. But wait, there's more. I actually have a whole Instagram live, part of it, of her crying about it. And the guy actually, you'll see for yourself. Let's go ahead and play this clip of this unaccountability, and then we'll come back.
Of my life. And I didn't have anything left after that. I'm about to bring you back around. I got a cease and desist letter yesterday demanding that I don't talk about this. But if there's one thing that I know about truth, is that I am well within my right to discuss my experiences. So I'm going to discuss them. The cease and desist letter I got yesterday was from attorneys representing Kwame Onwuachi, and it's full of bullshit. And I know where they got their. Of course, they got their information from him, and I can just see how he manipulated them into thinking certain things. So I'm going to go through point by point. I'm going to talk about this because I'm not gonna take down posts I gotta take down my pregnancy post. It's my pregnancy. I gotta take that. I can't talk about it at all. I can't mention him at all. It's not how any of this works for me. So let's go through it. This is regarding the, I'm just going to kind of go through, I'm not going to read the whole thing because it's a lot, but regarding the outrageous, harassing, and defamatory posts I made on social media and elsewhere. Not sure where the elsewhere is. I'm also not sure what the outrageous, harassing, and defamatory posts are. One post said it was just announcing that I was pregnant and thanking him for supporting me, which, by the way, he wasn't. So I was just making him look good. And the other post was on stories when he went out with somebody at a fucking game, knowing I was at home on bed rest, fucking sick as a dog. Like, I just thought that shit was rude. And also distressful for me. Like, I'm already under crazy amounts of stress right now, which I'll discuss in a second. So demanding that I immediately remove my online posts, that's not going to happen. Cease and desist from making any further public statements about him, that's not going to happen in regards to our child. So that's not going to happen. All future correspondence intended for him, I'm not going through attorneys. That's weird. Not doing that either. My repeated efforts to contact Mr. Onwuachi from different phone numbers and or social media accounts. Hold on. Kwame texted me yesterday. Let's go through it. I'm just going to go through it with you. And there's a reason why I'm doing this, and I'll again, it'll all circle back around. We've been going back and forth for 2 weeks. Okay. So the way the story goes is that I had plans for New Year's Eve in New York with someone. That was not Kwame. But I wanted to see Kwame New Year's Eve, like after New Year's Eve. So I had already bought my tickets, did my thing, and I kept asking him, like, what are you doing New Year's Eve? Like, I need to see you New Year's Eve. I kept asking him that because I knew I had something to tell him, and I wanted to wait until after Christmas, after New Year's Eve, get the holidays out the way, and then have the conversation about being pregnant. So he kept saying, I don't know. He literally knew what he was going to be doing New Year's Eve and did not tell me. So I'm like, I need a block of time. I I need to talk to you. I'm in New York until the 3rd. I'm like, so if it's not New Year's Eve, can I see you the 3rd? Like, can we do something on the 3rd? He just kept saying like, no, I'm gonna be out of town. So I was like, you need to cancel your plans. After a while, I was like, you need to cancel your plans. I'm not canceling my plans, he says. I'm like, you need to cancel your plans. Now, mind you, I know what's going on, but he doesn't know. So I'm like, you need to cancel your plans. Trust me. Like, whoever she is, you could fuck her on the 4th, but I gotta see you between the 1st and the 3rd when I'm in town. Like, I don't care listen, I don't care what you do when I'm not around. That's not none of my business. I have my own situation over here. Mind you, I got my own situation. There's a whole thing happening here. And we have an understanding. But we have a different kind of intimate relationship. So anyway, so I'm like, whoever.
So you heard what she had to say there, all right? Now, this is no different from her crying earlier about her ex, Everett Taylor, who she felt like was abusing her all the time. The same thing she's talking about with this guy. It's obvious the man doesn't want anything to do with you, which is also crazy because she's admitted that she's in another relationship with another guy while still wanting this guy to be there and pregnant. I mean, like, you see this lifestyle? The guy doesn't respect you. Okay? So now you're here making it alive. The guy hits you with a cease and desist letter because he wants nothing absolutely to do with you, and you're blaming him. There's only one problem. Why did you select this guy in the first place? Why? Like, something has to be wrong here. Every time you get into a relationship with a man, you blame him, but out of all the men that want to deal with you, you keep selecting this particular kind of guy. And that's what I'm talking about. So now you're going to be a single mom to a father that don't want to be the father. He's trying to hit you with a cease and desist. You don't want to listen. He wants nothing to do with you, possibly because you're not good to be in a relationship with. But then again, it's going to be all these people's faults. And at what point do these women take any accountability for their own actions? I get men have to take accountability for their actions, but when do they? And if you look at this story, it's so messy. It makes absolutely no sense. And this is what I'm talking about. Whenever a man wants to, let's say, young lady, why did you make that decision? Well, he made me do it. It's always something else. And you're in your 40s acting like this. I can see if you're maybe a teenager or maybe in your early 20s, but to be 42 in your 40s or older, that don't make no sense. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. We're out.